We're back with another Robinson Shaw Entertainment Bell Incorporated production. Man, I got to tell you, the only reason why I stumbled through that is because really, man, I got a cease and desist letter from this dude on the bottom, and all because of a take coming up. That was real immature of you, but we gonna get right into it. All right. Week one NFL. We got Steelers, Jets. We're going to be covering the Chiefs and the Chargers and the Bills and the Ravens. All of them were exciting games in one way or another. As a Chiefs fan, I was pretty disappointed in what we rolled out there, but it's week one. I'm going to try not to let my knee jerk too far. Cy, we're going to jump right into Steelers Jets first off. Go ahead and give me your take, man. What did you think of? You can cover all your bases from the Jets defense. Is it still there? I don't want to mention Aaron Rodgers, but I guess I'm supposed to. And then what went on with the Steelers?
Well, is the defense there for either one of them? They were both supposed to be good, right?
Yeah.
Um, Ramsey coming over. The when you look at the names on the steel, well, both of them. When you look at the names, it's like we thought this was 13-10, but the quarterbacks, Justin Fields, surprised me. Um, it was a revenge game, so I'm sure he held some of those turnovers he usually has, in his pocket for next week or whatever. But um, he actually threw the ball pretty well and gave him a chance to win. You know what I mean? I,
Piggybacking real quick off your Justin Fields take, I will say this: I felt the bad quarterback composure was definitely there. I never felt like watching the game he was playing well, but somehow he never fully finished taking that dump on the field. So
yeah,
continue going where you're going.
yeah. He held it together. I don't know if this is a step, if he's progressing, but he threw the ball pretty well. You know what I mean? And then Aaron Rodgers, you, I mean, he can still rack up a 4 touchdown game, I guess. You know,
with,
you know
hey,
what I
with no
mean?
running game, with no
With
running
no
game
with no running game.
and
So
suspect defense. He I will say I don't know how you felt like that felt nostalgic, man. He was doing some of that back foot crap,
yeah,
throwing from off platform. Now, I mean, yes, the defenses were loose as far as what we saw in certain areas, as far as when the matchups went right for DK. But as far as what the Jets were doing, running the ball consistently and just sneaking in some of these first downs, I thought Aaron Rodgers was. uh, Man, he won that game. He won that game.
right.
Mark, what
Yeah,
you
he
got?
did.
I agree with you guys, both of you guys. The only thing I will say, and then I'm one of the biggest Justin Fields detractors there was. But I did see some growth. He completed over 90% of his passes. Um, he didn't. I don't think it didn't look like he was forcing it like he was last year as much. He went. What I did like was he went right at Sauce.
Yeah,
He went right at the cornerback, and he took him on. He wasn't afraid to do it. Defensive on a defensive side, like you said, the names are on names on paper. This should have been 13-7
yeah,
or 8 or 9 or some
yeah.
crazy score like that, but it wasn't. I don't know if that's them wanting to. Aaron wanted to show him up and it's like, hey, you look what you guys let go, or
Definitely.
Fields was like, "Hey, I'm up and coming. I'm here too." Maybe there's a little bit of both. Like you said, week one, I'm anxious to see what they both do in the coming weeks. But I will say, Justin Fields did play a lot better than what I anticipated him as playing. Like with the completions and going and better judgment with the ball this year.
Yeah.
And especially since deep down we were watching the same thing because I didn't hear anybody go too far, so we can give the full thing. I mean, the dude was still missing reads left and right. I mean
Yeah.
that is how you stay in a game while playing. Like I said, when I'm watching it, I'm like, man, this is bad. I'm watching the crossing routes, people are wide open. He's like he never seen him because he's still looking downfield. The runs he
Mm-hmm.
was holding the ball, but like I said, when he took off, everything was with conviction. When he ran, you saw the juice. When he passed the ball, when he could let it go, he was obviously decisive. Like you said, this Steelers transition, I'm gonna give it to him. He's officially, at least in what I call a gamer. because if he's not going to be turning over the ball with all the athleticism and talent that he at least does have on offense, it's going to keep you in it. And at least the Steelers were doing so much, and Rodgers does now at least have a full complement of players. The running game didn't show up, but he's got all he needs as far as the receiving game. So
Yeah.
yeah, solid game. Both things. Everybody looked as expected except for the defenses. So pretty good game.
Yeah.
Uh, ugh, Mark, I'm gonna get my stuff together. You go ahead and jump on this Chiefs Chargers. Do you feel like deep down, we can cover some stuff. You cover your takes about what's going on with the team, and I'll be quick on mine. I'm gonna blame it on week one. I'm gonna blame it on this is the same Andy that I've seen from the Eagles. The man deep down, he starts the season almost wanting the 80% pass, 75 to 80% pass. Um, and then things went awry with as far as once again the receiver went down, which made the other receivers more glaring because there is no such thing as a number three that they really can count on. Thornton is coming along, but it's a new player to the team. So the defense, if anything, the pass rush, I was a little let down. We've had a problem at that other defensive tackle position. I still think it's there, and too much for Chris Jones. The secondaries is expected because I knew we lost not only a veteran mind but steps in Hicks, and because we already saw the other safety last year, we knew he's nice. But I'm gonna say it's week one. But go ahead. That's my quick take.
Um, I'm gonna say it is. What was that week? I'm gonna say it's week 19, and I say week 19 is because this is a carryover from the. This is what we saw in the Super Bowl. I saw Justin Herbert slinging that ball to everybody. I think he hit each receiver at least 3 or 4 times.
Mm-hmm.
They just wide open, just out there butt naked,
But
just
does that
out
go
there
to the
newborns,
But does that go to the
newborns.
secondary? We knew
It
McDuffie was
does.
good, and once Snead left, I told everybody even last year I don't believe in those other two corners yet, and Watson and Williams, and they were hurt anyway. So then, when you never brought anybody in to test them and beat them out, and then you slowed down at safety in speed and foot wise and skill wise, and then no pass rush.
I'm gonna say that the defense needs work. Secondary needs work. I won't say the front four needs work. Defense secondary definitely needs worse. And I mean needs work. I think we were exposed, and I hate that because I think teams are going to try to use that as a blueprint to be like, okay, all we got to do is this for the rest of the season until they fix it. This is all we have to do with them.
As they should.
Offensive side of the ball. Here's why I posted what I posted. Here was why I had that take.
Hot take.
Andy, in the history of Andy Reid, what type of backs has he thrived? Does he like? Brian Westbrook,
Receiving.
Shady McCoy. I can throw it to utility back. I can give it to him out of backfield. I can sit him. I can line him up as a wide receiver. We are, and I say Trey Pacheco because of this. We're not going to invest in money or trades to get the type of line that we need for him to thrive.
Okay,
And that's just period.
that's
And
good.
if you could see when Hunt came in the ball into the game, they were throwing the ball to the outside. Hunt had a little quality run. There was some more move. There was more. The offense became more fluid. If you're gonna only use this young guy, he could go very well go somewhere else and dominate, but he's never going to get a chance to thrive here because we're not going to invest. Andy Reid's just not going to invest what we need in order for his run style to thrive in Kansas City. And that's why I said trade him while he's hot. Everybody's like, oh, he's a young kid. He's a power runner, downhill runner. We'll take him. Trade him while he's hot, and we can pick up. We can either add some offensive pieces up. We're probably going to get a veteran wide receiver like we do every year. but I would use him to get some more draft picks and maybe pick up another wide receiver this year. But
And just bring
other
in
than that,
a veteran running back
bring
to
a
fill out,
bring in another veteran running
or a
back
failed young guy who's not
that,
injury prone.
that can do what he can do, which was
A
he's
three
gonna run
down
straight
back.
ahead. Yeah,
Three down back.
I would if they were willing to switch it and start Hunt and bring in Pacheco as a if we need 2 yards, I love that. But starting them, I can't watch. I don't want to watch that the rest of the year.
Okay. I don't like what you saw. I'll let you go, but real quick, I don't I actually am not mad to take the way you presented in the way you got through with it. So with that, I will say the only thing I nitpick, I didn't like the return. You didn't really have a return for me when he left because a veteran receiver ain't ideally what we need set up because we're only looking at a 6 week issue as long as injuries don't occur because of what Cy probably will touch on with the Noah Gray situation and other things. Cy?
Okay. Well, okay. First with the backs. I don't think we can trade him while he's hot because I don't think he's hot.
Yeah, right.
Good
But
point.
I put that in quotations marks
Right.
because he's not hot, but people think
Right.
the illusions there that this guy's a powerful downhill runner and he can,
Right.
but
But
he
hey,
doesn't block well. He doesn't catch out of the backfield well.
Myra
I'm
Gal,
looking at all
Myra
this.
Gal was a cheapie. Hey, your pants weren't down, your butt's covered. You good? Go ahead,
I
Cy.
think I think man, I think okay, there's some issues. So the injury at receiver, first of all, if your game plan is centered around a slim 100 and whatever pound he is, he's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hurt. That was friendly fire, and he's all messed up. You know what I mean? I think we got a right tackle problem.
All right.
We got a
Ain't
right tackle
nothing
problem.
that they're not going to do anything about that.
Right.
They
I
have
think
to.
I
They
They
think we
have
can't.
got
No. How can you? Moore was brought in from San Francisco to play left tackle till they realized the left tackle was not going to be hurt and can play left tackle. So he
right,
should have instantly just went to right tackle. He's sitting
right,
behind that dude for a reason. They were just
right,
quietly realizing, oh crap, we're thinking God, he ain't got to play left tackle is what happened.
right, right. So I mean that's one problem. I think we have, of course, a secondary problem. Um, for some reason, Pat's missing layup, not layup throws, but some of those deep balls
Two
are
of them deep
there.
balls were layups.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right.
yeah, yeah,
Two
yeah.
of
And
them
I
were
saw
bad.
that last
Yep.
year. I saw that last year.
Yep.
Yeah, he did it last year.
And I think Harbaugh was just his team is physical, and they just were physical. I mean, even Justin Herbert is out there playing physical.
Yes. He out here trying to lower shoulder at people.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, the mentality. Usually the Chargers find a way to
No.
mess that up, kind of like before halftime when he runs out of bounds.
It's crazy.
And they get the time and get a field goal, but they recovered. That's not a usual Chargers thing. They recovered from that and held on to win. And usually the Chiefs get those breaks.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think things are starting to even out, and it's offense and the Chargers top lineman is out,
Hmm.
and they still were just doing whatever they wanted to do. I think there's some issues that the Chiefs had that are usually covered up by we're not gonna let you score on us.
Hmm. I
We'll
think
figure
I
out a
think
way to win at the end.
to me it's the secondary. I got three names straight off the top of my head: Connor, Hicks, and Brian Cook.
Giving up,
I think
giving
all of
up
them
all
dudes
kinds,
are four
all
six,
kinds.
4.7 guys. Remember, it takes about 3-4 years to figure out how to play the safety position in the NFL, let alone running a complex system while we have. I think this secondary it's a year. This is a year looking worse than I thought it would. Last year is what I expected our secondary to look as bad as
Yeah,
it does this year
yeah,
because he
Mm.
still didn't fix it. I was
right.
hoping that with the mix of what they've been doing with this defensive front, because we all agree, hey, offensive line, defensive line, that's how you build your teams, besides your quarterback or something like that.
Yeah,
But so with the Menahu and Chanel's his capabilities, and they blitz from all over, and Galot and all these guys, Chris Jones, like I just expected they to be able to rotate and generate, and
Yep.
have enough that you have the two mainstays in Karlaftis and Jones, and everybody else rotates stage fresh, and we can get something. And too often, like you said, he's bouncing back there, looking, and then he's gazelling
Mhm.
down the field too. It's like, oh,
Yep.
you can't not stop him, and then literally not stop him. So
Right.
I agree that's going to be bad. The good thing that I'm gonna look at this, I'm gonna twist one thing because I'm always a both sides guy, and as a Chiefs fan, I'm gonna twist this to the positive. Everybody in the NFL world has been saying Herbert is a top five quarterback, but they've
Hmm.
just only been able to speak on his talent. Now, with having a good coach, they kind of slowed it down for him last year. Johnston, as far as my eyes, if you guys may have agreed, he had been a bust last year, the receiver from
Yeah.
TCU. I
Mhm.
remember
Yeah.
him dogging out. So things were kind of not working out. White Boy Wonder showed up, which made Johnson say, "Oh God, I got a number one receiver whose helmet looks really big, taking all my catches." By the way, does anybody notice that?
Yeah.
Anybody
Yeah.
notice Labaconke's
Yeah.
helmet? He looked just like Dark Helmet from Spaceballs because he was all big. But anyway, I think that helped the offense and Keenan Allen coming back being a vet, you know what I'm saying? I think that was just set for design. So I think with the talent that he has, with the actual talent that he has around him, I think this was bound to happen. And I think we played a booty game and we lost by essentially a touchdown. I'll take that week one debacle.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yep.
All right.
Cool.
And now the man that was now that is good TV.
Yeah.
Prime time. You know, I was pissed because you got to go to work, but it was well worth it. I mean, it turned into a positive version of Madden in the sense that, you know, they started off and Henry is just does anybody remember Chris Warren?
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely Marcus Allen.
Yep.
These these slow dudes who aren't slow because they, you know, 4 5, 4 5s, 4 6s, you are moving, and he is a refrigerator. But at one point, back from the dead was running beside him, right?
Yep.
He's running right beside him. And I'm like, you know you scared. Because
Yep.
why are you running beside this dude? And these other that little bitty rup dude, man, like he's he's aging before our eyes, but because he is a literal dump truck, it doesn't matter. There's no wiggle, there's no explosion, there's awesome vision. There's somehow like that second long run, he got actually skinny. That was crazy when he went
Yeah.
through that pow because he wasn't just
Yeah.
Christian McCoy knocking in the, you know, running
Yeah.
up people's ass.
Yeah.
Like he was weaving through there. And then he's just wide open with this slow gait. And I'm like, this is bull. People are making business decisions and making this dude look crazy. I still say the same thing. This is going to be a real problem for the whole league
Yep.
because right now Jackson wants to pass the ball. He still has that perfect little dart arm. He's
Yep.
actually got weapons. And if this dude is going to be a refrigerator running down the field, and all these millionaires are scared to just go ahead and lay their bodies out, I
Right.
don't know. Y'all go ahead and mix it up.
So when I look at that game, okay, when I was watching, I was like, man, how could the Chiefs have handled either one of these attacks? Could that's what my brain thought me to. Like, man, these two teams look really good, right?
Mhm.
And I'm like, okay, it took Josh, Barry, Vic, Allen to come back and have 300 yards and three touchdowns in the fourth quarter or whatever it was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
He put up two something,
It's like
but
16 points in like no time.
in like 3 minutes, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I
He got
mean?
7 minutes or something.
Yeah, I think it was 40-25 with like 3.5 minutes to go, something like that, something
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
But it took me to that. Like, man, how could what if this was the Chiefs? Can they compete with this with the team they have now?
Week
And
one?
I'm like,
Absolutely not. Week
because
one?
man, Lamar, man, he's just man, that dude when he gets out in the open field, bro, you're not catching him. And Josh is just slinging it everywhere
Yeah.
with other people are like, hey, the Chiefs need other receivers. With Worthy gone, and Josh don't have no receivers. He's got a second year guy. He's got Shakir or whatever.
Yeah.
His tight ends. I mean, it's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It just comes down to the Superman quarterback.
Well,
You know what I mean?
he's also my bad. Real quick, he's also doing what Pat did 2 years ago as far as spreading it out. Go ahead, Mark.
I just wanted to ask you guys, love both of your takes, but I wanted to ask you guys this. Uh, we all know, we all saw what we saw from the Ravens, and with those two. Why didn't they give them the ball on 4th and 3? Why not? Why not give them that chance? Is there why not? I know it's a coach that I the game could have been totally different. Um, I want to say that there was a mental lapse on the offensive when they were running in. I think they kind of ran their plays too quick, and then they had to kick the. But on that it was 4th and 3.
Yep.
Line them up. I'd rather die. I'd rather live with that decision than kick it back to Josh Allen, who's hot as just
Right.
throwing flame out of his hands.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, and you always, yeah. Anytime you're facing the top five quarterback, you give the ball back to them, they're hot. I think, yeah, I'm with you. You usually lose. I mean, they're usually put in a position. So I mean,
Yeah.
hell, Josh Fields, he going back to that, he hit dude. He hit
Yeah.
dude. It was just a
Yeah.
perfect time pass. But back to what you're saying, yes, when you have these guys who can make plays, yeah. So I can't. I definitely can't kill him. It's definitely an option. That that's a little more easier to for the old fuddy duddy coach to come in and say, "Well, he fumbled the ball" and all this other stuff that
Yeah,
we can juggle. Yeah, I'm not against it though, but
No, I gotta go with a run pass option on that.
yeah,
Lamar, make a decision. You want to throw it, what you want to do, and
yeah. Because
get three
I'm
yards,
still with
bro.
it. The Pants are probably going to be down with you because you had three things working. You had the running game period for because either one of them was going to get you, and then
hmm
Zay. So between them, I agree. You had three options that could have worked out of an RPO. So
quality options, quality
Yeah.
options.
yeah, yeah, but yeah, I will say this though. For me, I if you had to put which one I'm more scared of, Buffalo because of what they did, because they're going to run because you have also you have the double quarterback running back because he's going to spread it out more. And that's going to affect our secondary more. Deep down, Baltimore really was only hitting Zay. And D Hop, man, yeah, it was a great catch. Yeah, that's what old dudes do.
Oh,
I mean, we can all do that. In whatever sport you're good at right now, so I'm sure you can still hit that damn near Steph Curry shot, can't you, if you had to?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mark, same thing. You can pop a shot and you just pop a couple in a row and people think you're doing something. Even my funny jumper, when I was working out this past summer before I left, when I was tired as can be, five in a row past the free throw line. So it's like, get out of here, man. I'm not impressed with that. So his receiving core, I was supposed to see Rashad Bateman show up too. Trash. Mark Andrews
nah.
looked like he was still worried about
I'll tell you what.
what happened
I
in the
started
playoffs, and
Mark
since you
Andrews.
going with him,
Yeah,
I didn't
I
see enough
started
of
Mark
his.
Andrews.
Yeah, I didn't see enough of his entourage to really be scared of anything more than what they really are. That
Well,
option team.
Likely's out too, right?
Huh?
Isaiah Likely's hurt. Likely's
Oh
hurt.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
but
hurt.
that's still I don't know what to do with Mark Andrews, Rashad Bateman, and Justice Hill. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's just adding him more weapons that he didn't use.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
He'll
but
use
both
Likely.
of them, yes, with their running game with the speed and power, yeah, because once you get past our linebackers, it's going to be a problem. And then with Josh, with his full complement of what he's bringing offensively and where his mind is right now, because
His mind.
that was another wheel, that was another we're going to wheel it to it.
Yep.
So, all right, we got 5 minutes left. We got a big fight this weekend. We've actually just like this could have been a mega fight 5 years ago.
Yep.
It's still
Yeah,
considered a mega fight. Canelo and Crawford. I have followed both these guys ever since Mayweather stalled out Canelo, and he was beating up Trout, who I thought was going to be something, and some of those other fledgling middleweights, and also Bud, who is another one of my long line of guys. Now, I wasn't always a fan of that. I think it was Cy. Were you a Trinidad fan back in the day? Was that you who was Trinidad?
No.
No,
No.
was you Tito? Was you
nope.
neither one of
I,
y'all? It must have been
Yep.
Andre Myrick. But hey, Tito was the first dude I learned that, even though they don't have them muscles, they don't have that, you know what I'm saying? Not all boxers have that, but Crawford's one of those plain body guys who doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to do what he does. Obviously, the speed you would see it, but some of his knockout power, just his frame doesn't necessarily see it. So I will go to you, Myrick, first. What you got? What you got?
I'm gonna go with I gotta go with Bud. And I'm going with Bud because his ability to switch southpaw to conventional and be effective in each one. Like I watched his last three fights, and when he switches, most times when people switch, it's just to kind of throw people off, and but when he switches, he's doing damage.
Yeah, he sees
Um,
something.
I don't think that Canelo's faced anybody like him. I don't. I think it's gonna be close. I don't see Bud knocking him out, but I do see it. I do see him winning, and I think it's gonna be a decisive win. It's gonna be. It's not gonna be like, oh, the judges, you gotta do that. It might be close. I think he's gonna outbox him. I think he's really gonna outbox him. He's gonna have the cleaner shots.
I think uh I think it'll be decisive also. And I'm going with Bud. Um, this dude, he never goes Hollywood. He never cares about the looks. He's in his Hanes boxers sagging, like he's still in Omaha, kicking it, boxing train. I'm like, man, this dude still got a hunger about him. Like,
He,
like I
he's got
still
he's
want
got
to
a little
see.
thug in him. We will
Yeah,
never forget. Don't forget about the car. And don't forget about his old school that he
and
didn't want to pay for
and
and then give people the beats.
and then yeah, and you hear about his family, about they. I'm like, man, why are y'all out here beating people up in the streets? Like,
Seen his
you know what I'm
sisters at the
like?
fight, bouncing around with the low cut dresses and the
Bro.
bountiful
So
gifts.
I gotta go with him, and man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I think we might see like 2, 3 knockdowns, bro. I don't know about
Yeah,
a knockout.
not knockout, but I think we will see some knockdowns. I don't know about
Yeah.
knockout, but we will see some knockdowns.
Now I know Canelo. He's had trouble before with fighters that can move, bro. Like he wants to fight you. He wants to stand there and fight you. And if you can move, if you can shift, I think that's where he has problems with, from what
Yeah.
I've seen and kind of heard other people talk about. So I think he's gonna have a problem with Bud.
I agree. I'm afraid. I'm only worried about the first two real rounds. Bud's a
Mhm.
fighter, like we said. Bud's a street dude, and he likes to fight. And one
Yeah.
of the things that he wants to do is he wants to see if you really want to do something. So he'll take them early rounds is when he
Yeah.
might go ahead and just want to feel you because he's one of those dudes that kind of jazzes him up. And so Canelo over the years, yes, 2 years ago he was. I don't think he. I think he would have knocked Crawford out because he had started mixing in that more boxing style. He started getting slightly more slicker. Now he's never been fast, but he's not slow. He's got good speed, and so he got slicker once again as he's gotten old. He's more crafty. Now both of them they 37, 35, so they're the same age, but so their craftiness and their ring generalship should be essentially the same. And that's why I'm gonna pick Crawford when I add into he's more of a aggressive fighter. He's going to probably I think once he feels Canelo, if Canelo doesn't have any shocking power, I think he'll try to style a little bit and set him up. In which case
Mhm.
I can see the knockdowns. Other than that, I think they're just so smart. Unless somebody gets hurt, I don't think anybody's going to go down. And technically, I'm a little worried because Canelo does have a bunch of those dudes in his background. Like I said, Trout was a mobile dude. Kirkland was a mobile dude. Amar Khan, glass jaw, was one of those slick type of dudes. I'm just saying he had good offense. He had no jaw.
Yeah.
Khan could throw hands, right? Come on,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So Laura, Mayweather, obviously early on. Mosley, he was old. You know what I'm saying. I just I, I think he's fought some dudes that are fast enough, and Crawford's not next level. I think he. I don't think there's a lot Crawford's going to bring that he hasn't seen. Even aside from just a dude who can switch hands and
Right.
actually still be the same fighter essentially.
Yeah.
So, but I don't. I just don't. Obviously, you know what you do. You train for that. You just one round you fight your right-handed fighter, and the next fight you fight
Yeah.
southpaw. You just keep mixing it up, or else even if they think there's a science to winning mixes them for the first three rounds you spar with a right-handed, then after that you know what I'm saying. I just think that you can simulate that type of action without it being that level of a fighter. But
Right.
to that end, I would rather Crawford win, but if I had to bet money and say somebody would get a knockout, it'd be Canelo.
Really.
If,
Okay.
Mm,
if, but
Yeah.
I want Crawford. I'm picking Crawford. I want Crawford, but I don't
Yeah.
think Crawford can knock him out because I don't think he can be crafty enough, and I don't think he's got. I don't think he's just got pop pop. He can hit
Yeah.
and he can hurt,
Yeah.
but I just ain't seen nobody really mess with Canelo lately, and for a while. And he's fought. He's fought. It's one of those same situations as everybody else. He's fought everybody he's supposed to,
Yeah.
and can't nobody
yeah.
do nothing with him. And he got
I don't
that
know.
fake big
Bud
body.
is like I never picked against Floyd, never picked against Ward, and never Bud. Those three, I just
And
you
I'm
got
not
to
about
show me
to.
something, bro.
And I'm not about to. Like I said, I'm with it. I
Yeah.
just like I just gotta set myself. I gotta leave it out there. All right, all right. Next week, we will be back with. We're definitely gonna get some college football. These guys were so upset, especially Cy. I had a whole Florida State take that he was just gonna go talking about man undefeated. It was getting ridiculous. There was
I had
some
a whole Missouri
upsets.
Tiger. I had a whole Missouri Tiger take on
They
how
play KU. Man, we don't.
the
We actually don't even
SEC
have
style
time. We
football was
missed it.
too
I
much.
think they won. It was a game. Woo woo woo. But Cy, you got anything this week?
No, nothing this week. Nope.
Mhm. Mark.
No, shout out to White Howard real quick. Melo making it to Hall of Fame. Big accomplishment. They both deserve it.
Before we leave, I want to leave everybody with the thought that Myrick shot out Dwight Howard. With that, it's been Robinson and Robinson, Sean Rises, and Bell
2010 Dwight
Entertainment.
was
Later.
cool.